Hello, Class 3MB. Hope you're okay. It's week 4 of the holidays already. Can you believe it? So here I am again to talk to you about this week's challenge from our passport document that you got sent home at the start of the holidays. I hope you're having a great time and you're spending lots of time together with your family, and hope the weather's been nice, you can be out and about or just creating new memories wherever you want. So I hope you're all well. This week, I want to talk to you about our challenge on week 4. It's called What's the Same? We know that there have been lots of changes. This year's particularly been a lot different, being at home a bit more. However, just moving from infants to juniors can sometimes feel like a really big change and a little bit scary. But don't worry, when you go in that classroom, lots and lots of things are going to seem exactly the same. So this week, the first part of your challenge is going to think, we can find this scary, however, there'll be lots of things that will stay the same next year. So it's thinking about what you liked about your classroom, about your learning last year, that you can share with me, and we'll say, that's the same, nothing's going to change. And then things that might be different or might help you a bit differently to when they did in infants, we'll have those too. So I've filled this in. There's 5 different boxes. 5 different boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to talk about what has helped you and what will help you next year. So the first one here says, something that helped me last year, which will help me this year too. So I think everyone's going to have a shoulder partner. And having a shoulder partner is a credible resource and a great person to be with. You can work together, you can share ideas, and you can think, I'm struggling with this. Can I ask my shoulder partner and they'll be able to help me? Of course they will. As long as we all know, we can all share ideas and help each other out. So things will be the same. I still have a shoulder partner. For me, another one that really helps me. So I've got a shoulder partner. I've got Mr. Moss to share ideas with and ask questions. But also, I like making a to-do list so I can go through and make sure I've got everything ready, got all the resources I need, gone through all the checklists of what my task is for that day. And you can do the same if you're doing your maths. You'll be told what task to do, or maybe English, which questions to answer, what we need to think about. So those things are going to stay the same. We're going to work in pairs, and we'll have lots of things we can check off and check we're doing it right. You might have different ideas. What really helped you last year that you think will help me again this year? It may be colours or pencils or books or resources. You decide. So this next one here is, my favourite subject is, well, for me, guys, it's maths, because I love solving puzzles and trying to work something out. And to me, that's what maths is. Doesn't matter what you're doing. You can draw it in a picture, you can draw it in a puzzle, or you can just answer lots of questions. But each one is trying to get your brain ticking and solve a puzzle. So I really like maths. So in that box, I want you to tell me which subject it is and why you like it. So I'll know which one of you like maths too, like me, and which ones like English, or like writing creative stories, or like history, finding out about the past, or science, finding out how the world works, or art because you're very creative. It's totally up to you. It could be PE, it could be anything you like, okay? You decide. What's your favourite subject and tell me why. This next one is the opposite, but it's not quite as bad. The subject I find the hardest. It doesn't mean you don't like it, it just means that sometimes you find it a struggle. And I've written here history. I really like history, but what I think is sometimes a struggle is there's so much to learn. There's so many facts to learn about. There's thousands of years of history that we've got to think about. Obviously, we don't cover all those in year 3, so don't worry. But there's so many facts to know, and it's thinking, can I remember all those facts, and how can I tell anyone about them? I love history, but I find it quite hard because there's lots and lots of different things to learn. So which is your subject you find the hardest? And again, you can tell us why. This next one up here, I learn best when. So when we're in the classroom, it just depends what makes you learn best. Is it quiet? Is it working with other people? Is it using resources? Is it just having your own headspace in a peace and quiet? Do you like listening to music? You tell me. How do you learn best? And I learn best when I share ideas with others, so I can bounce ideas off and think, does that work? Is that the way I'd solve that puzzle? Is that really when the King of England was beheaded? Who knows? All those different sorts of things. Then this last box here is the things which support me in my learning. What supports you in your learning? So the couple of things I've put in here is the right resources. So making sure we've got the right things ready for the right lesson. And my favourite things I really also like is having my favourite pens and pencils ready so I can write with my best handwriting, make it nice and clear. And that's what helps me. So your first challenge this week is to have a look at these questions. Tell me more about what you like in your learning, how you like to learn, what you might struggle with and what you find a bit more tricky. And we can use that to help us make our lessons a bit more straightforward and help each other out, can't we? So have a go. What's the same? What's going to be the same next year that we can work on together? Take care, Year 3, Class 3MB. There's another video on here which is about me showing you around our new classroom, so have a good look at that. It might look a bit different to when we get there in September, but just so you know what it looks like and how you get there. So there's another video here for you to look at. And don't forget, that's me. That's your new teacher. Okay? Lovely to speak to you again, Class 3B, and I'll see you again next week, week 5. It's going too fast. Take care.